the Innerloop podcast. My name is Shane. I'll be your host for this here show. Joined today by Chris Thompson and the man that you just heard his band. That's Hollowell, right? God damn it! I'm so sorry.
You got it. Nailed
Probably should have checked that before we started the podcast. But that's their new song.
You got it.
That is "Don't Care." If by the way, if you are a local artist and you want your music featured on this podcast, just hit us up on Facebook or Instagram. We'll send you the link to submit your stuff, and you can be just like John here, who is also an Innerloop writer, Innerloop meme artist. And John, so give me a little bit about that song, a little bit about the band, and how have things been for you guys, without music being allowed?
Yeah, well, it's kind of been a crappy year for music this past year anyway. And we've been just trying to get together at least on a weekly basis, to keep the juices flowing, creative juices flowing. And we actually are going to release that single March 5th. It'll be on iTunes, Amazon Music, Spotify, anywhere you listen to music, it should be out there. And then we just got word that we will be playing show finally for the first time in over a year. At the Montage Music Hall.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they're
will dancing be allowed?
Dancing?
Yeah, I heard dancing was forbidden. I don't
know.
They just changed it so I know this because I'm a wedding DJ. So dancing is allowed, but it's like they have designated dancing areas at the venue. So I don't know, maybe Montage will have just a designated pit for everybody.
It's possible. I mean, they got tables. Maybe we'll see some table dancing or something.
How are you supposed to mosh with social distancing? That's what I'm worried about.
Maybe
you just throw things at people.
I think you got to go. What's that one band that the guy gets in the bubble? What the fuck is that band? Flaming Lips. Flaming Lips, right?
Yeah, big inflatable thing.
Dude, that would be fucking that would be hilarious.
Oh my god, that would be amazing.
A montage could fit like 3 of those in it, but that'd be dope. Just let 3 people just go hard at each other. That'd be sick.
Yes.
Well, so you're going to be releasing that song later on, but also we're going to be playing it in its entirety at the end of this podcast. So I guess technically you could just get the audio feed from our Patreon and steal the song.
If they want to, yeah.
Yeah,
they
so
totally can. If you really want to have your ears bleed listening to it, that's what you want to do.
I'm just encouraging piracy here. I'm trying to really ruin your band. So
thank you. We appreciate it.
Well, welcome into the Innerloop podcast. If this is the first time you've listened to us, we do a service for Rochester where we take the biggest stories in Rochester and we talk about them. This is one of those weeks where it's like I tried my hardest to find anything lighthearted and hey, we'll do some jokes. We'll do little things together. It'll be good. We'll all have a laugh. But this is not that week. This is a shitty week for Rochester and Rochester news, and we'll just get right into it. And I really wanted Chris here to talk because he's on the front line of all this shit. I've never told Chris this, but I'm constantly lurking on Chris's post because he's out protesting, and the guy's a badass. So I wanted to get his opinion on everything like that. Obviously. This week we had the grand jury, their decision to not do anything with the officers involved with the death of Daniel Prude. And Chris, I'm just going to give you the floor right now and just be like, where are you with this? How are you feeling? What is, what's the reaction out there? And just go for it.
So people are mad. That's pretty obvious.
Really?
Yeah, go figure. It's been kind of a whirlwind week. So Wednesday we were out protesting. The next day we were out protesting. Yesterday we were protesting. But everyone is taking a break. Everybody's stressed out. We're all burned out from last summer. And it's just, I think everybody's just frustrated right now. The grand jury, you said they weren't gonna, the decision was no charges, and people are seeing that as some sort of admonishment of the officers, like, you know, they actually didn't do anything wrong. But then you look at what the jury was made up of. It was like 16 white dudes and then like 3 black guys and a Latino guy. And like, I guarantee you those jurors were from like fucking Penfield or some shit. So like, you're not really, this is like Emmett Till's like case. What, like, everybody was acquitted in Emmett Till too, because it was an all white jury in the South. Like, and this just feels like the same damn thing over again. So I do have to say, like you said, there wasn't. I was going to say, yeah, you did say that there wasn't much funny that we come out with this, but like the Rochester, New York Twitter account is hilarious. Like the stories they're making about the protesters and everything.
Oh, the RPD.
Oh yeah, RPD. Yeah, their lie game has been on point like all summer, and they just like caught right up and did the same damn lies all over again. It was really awesome.
I've been wondering about that. It's like, do you think it's an officer that's in charge of that, or is it just like, is that somebody is that a position you apply for? Twitter detective?
I wonder, because like celebrities have like professional, you know, social media people. So maybe the police have the same thing. Or maybe it's just like the one dude in like the Blue Lives Matter flag that's just like sitting there like like in his office. Because every time we go to PSP, there's like this one window where there's just this dude in an office staring at us. It doesn't matter what time of day it is. So I wonder if it's that guy. I don't know.
Do you think it's the same people that run the Wendy's Twitter account? Maybe.
Oh, maybe. Maybe they're
freelancing. Yeah,
I'll bet we could get that, because like, holy shit, like this just recently I looked at the account and they're actually retweeting another guy who said that we had weapons, called us rioters, said that we had weapons and supplies of they don't know exactly what. Nobody had any bags though. We all had picket signs. Some of us had gas masks, but that's only because like the police like to shoot tear gas at us, you know.
And then COVID too. COVID.
Yeah. Also COVID. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, just being extra safe. They say to double mask or wear a military grade gas mask.
Right, with filters.
Yes,
like
all of the filters. Perfectly. Yeah,
I haven't gotten COVID yet.
See, there you go.
Knock on wood. You know.
So I don't know how to really ask this, but like, this is just from me looking on the outside. And I was just wondering, are you seeing less numbers right now as far as protesting goes? I'm just wondering if you attribute it because like this is not, there's a huge national conversation right when this came out. It has been touched in the national news this time around, but I don't know if you think it's just like the weather is too cold, so people aren't coming out, or is this part of like everybody kind of knew that this is what was going to happen, and everybody's just like kind of like, this fucking sucks, but we kind of expected this.
I think it's a lot of elements going on here. So like, admittedly, we were maybe like 200 the night of, and then we were a little bit less the next day. And like some of the factors were, the weather, it's cold, because it's like people of all ages out there. There's little kids out there. There's, adults, there's college students. There's a couple of pastors that are like over 60 years old, all out there protesting. So like the weather's definitely like a factor. We worry about the health of the people who are supporting us. The other thing is, we definitely knew this was going to go down this way. We're just frustrated. Yeah. Like, it's just like, when you get like, you get pulled over for like a traffic violation, and you're getting a ticket. Like, you think, well, maybe I'll get a warning, but you were speeding. You're getting a ticket. Like,
there's like enough time passes where the cop is in the car, and you're like, they aren't just like checking their phone and coming back and be like, you know what, they're like working on the computer. They're giving me a ticket. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's the way it feels. And like, that's kind of what I think that's what a lot of people felt like. Like we were hoping upon hope that like maybe this will be a fluke, and then it didn't happen. Yeah. And like we've seen this nationwide, so there wasn't much of a reason for us to think it would. But there is like some like sliver of hope, because some cops actually do get charged and fired. Mm-hmm. And like right now, we want the people who like killed him to not work in law enforcement. Like go be a bouncer or some shit. But like you don't belong, in charge of public safety if you can't keep an unarmed man safe.
Sure. And then, so the other things that I saw coming out of this, and I don't know if you know more about it and you can speak to it, but did see that the grand jury notes are going to be made public. They said that was something that's never happened before. That the AG asked the judge to do that.
Yeah.
Right? So that could be interesting to find out that type of stuff. And I obviously the lawyers for the officers were like, "This is we don't like this." It's like, oh, okay. Obviously you don't like it. Any type of transparency you guys don't like. Obviously, like.
Right.
We knew that.
Like it's that whole like code of silence shit that they have going on, which is basically them just like covering up their own crimes. Like
and then I think it still could go civil court.
Oh, definitely.
And I hope the Prude family sues the city into the ground. And I hope that that really affects some budgets and stuff like that. Like I said at the beginning, it's we're a comedy podcast. We're trying, but also this like is insane. I don't know. There's not a lot of wiggle room.
Bananas.
I mean, we'll try. I tried really hard to come up with some headlines and memes about this stuff that weren't going to light the blog on fire, and
oh, it's impossible.
As much as
even the memes that I posted.
As much as I love getting direct messages from people with thin blue line avatars, I don't need that this week. Come on.
Oh, just send them to me. My Twitter is @crons of9. You got something to say to Shane, just bring them over to me. I'm happy to respond to you. I am more than willing to respond to you.
Here's what's going to help everything.
Oh, snap.
Michael Cologne.
Hey.
All right, Michael, give us all your Daniel Prude jokes. Go ahead. Go.
All right. So first off, let's talk about streets. Am I right? And being at night? All right. No, I can't. If I go any further, the blog will be deleted.
Mike, are you wearing the shirt of that guy that has a really big penis?
Yeah.
Amazing. Are you serious?
So apparently he's dead. In case you guys don't know.
Did he die of a big penis?
I don't.
Big penis disease. Yeah.
Because I'm worried about that.
He died probably because of the police at this point, I'm assuming.
By the way, we are actively raising money for John. He also suffers from big penis disease, just like that guy. Yeah.
Well, that's why the camera's only up here. You don't want to look well.
Ever made eye contact.
Yeah, it's just at chest level.
I know. Now. It's the first time we're meeting.
How's it feel? Hands up and it's all blur.
It feels weird, right?
Michael, just to catch you up, we listened to John's song. It's "Don't Care." He told us that he wrote it after looking at Trump. What's her name? Melania Trump's shirt that said "I don't care." Right. We also solved racism. We did that before you got here. So now you're here to ruin it. So give us, I guess. We're moving on though. I don't know if Michael, if you had anything you want to talk about with the Daniel Prude case and the fallout and everything like that before we move on, but.
I mean, I don't really know what else I could add that you guys probably haven't gone over. I mean, I don't agree with the verdict at all, obviously. I think it's bullshit.
That would be incredible if you came out here and you're like, listen, I'm for it.
Well, you guys aren't
play devil's advocate.
No, I think it's disgusting. I think it's just, I mean, for me, I guess the only thing I'll say is like, what upsets me more is that what they did is considered legal. Like, I feel like that's what, like, we need to change. Like, obviously, cops should be held accountable, but we should be more concerned that what they do is considered legal. Like, that's what bothers me, I guess, at the end of the day, is their procedures are like, oh no, what they did was legal. And you're like, well, it's kind of fucked up what you did. Really fucked up. That shouldn't be legal, in my opinion. So I guess that's all I have to really say about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And remember, this isn't the first time we protest what was supposed to be like, laws, legal stuff. Like if this thing that you're doing, just like Mike said, if the thing that you're doing is killing people, then like maybe you should relook, what you're doing.
Yeah, and obviously it doesn't help in context to like this month the RPD pepper sprayed a fucking kid. So it's like,
oh my god, yeah.
The optics are not great.
Coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like we're living in Mississippi or some shit in the 60s.
So yeah, no, I'm with you, Mike. It really does show that as far as accountability goes, there has to we're seeing the stuff with our eyeballs, and then the jury is telling us that is okay, and it's like, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. So yeah, there needs to be more checks, balances, and more laws against that type of stuff. We're a comedy blog. I don't know how much we're gonna fix that shit, but it's like the licensing of officers, that seems like a reasonable solution to me. We're licensing everybody else. Like I'm going to get my real estate license, and like I have more checks and balances as far as me getting hired to get 3% commission than a person that has the right to shoot me in the head and get away with it. Like it's just
right.
Bonkers. Yeah,
like I'm getting a professional engineering license, and if like any of the drawings I sign off on kill somebody, I lose my license. Yeah, like what the fuck?
Michael, John, any licenses you guys are working on you want to brag about?
No, I mean I think I answered more questions trying to get my COVID vaccine than a cop did to get his gun.
And those COVID questions are serious.
Right.
Guys, I don't want to brag or anything, but I'm fat enough to get the vaccine. So
nice.
But I'm too embarrassed to do it, so I'm not going to get the vaccine. Like I can't walk in there and like go to the Dome Arena, right? And they're like, "So you have a pre-existing condition? What is it?" And it's like, "I'm just fat. I love Oreos, and cheese."
Well, if you're rolling on a rascal, then you might get it.
Yeah. That's the thing. I think I really got to lean into I got to get much fatter before, I really got to be.
Nah, dude, they don't make you strip for it. Like you just got to roll up your sleeve. It's fine.
I don't know. I just feel so bad that so many people want it, and like they're like, yeah, well, come on in, Shane. Like I don't need it. I'll just stay at home.
Oh my god. I don't have any. What I was gonna say is I don't have like any licenses, but you mentioned something about like we're a comedy blog. But I will say this: like you dropped that article this week, which was amazing, Shane, about the slap on the wrist.
Oh yeah.
And I will say, like, even though we're a satire blog, I think people really appreciate us because we say shit that like Wham and all those other bullshit places can't. Like we call it out, and I think that's why people like the blog a lot, because of articles like that, honestly, which shows the ridiculous.
You don't think that Bob Lonsberry's calling it out? I'm sure.
Oh my god.
I'm sure Bob is on the right side of this. I haven't listened, but I'm sure he's all about it.
Does he even have any sheets that don't have white poles in them? At this point,
he's too busy trying to call people spineless who are just trying to get married this summer.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. What a. He's trying to get a new Rush. I'll bet you he killed Rush Limbaugh so he could like replace him.
I mean, I just can't get over like how like he's got it's like a folksy voice, right? Like I think that's the problem with him. It's like his voice is like, it sounds like he'd be in This Old Home on PBS or something like that, but he's like just spewing the weirdest shit ever. And then his blogs are insane. Like I know his radio show is weird. His blogs are like, it's like he wrote them in blood on a wall and then transferred it over to the internet. It's like the craziest shit ever. It's nonsensical. It's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Gets away with that stuff. All right, lighthearted news. RPD is great for fucking A. I just don't. So, Michael, I think you had a note about this before we move on, but like, and Chris, I don't know where you're at with this whole thing, but it can't help matters that our mayor right now that's in charge of overseeing all this shit is also in the middle of it and also has other indictments against her. I just and I'm at the point now where it's like I know that New York and Rochester we go down the ballot Democrat with all this shit, and I'm not saying we should go Republican because obviously that's a mess. But I don't know how a third party hasn't gotten a foothold in Rochester of like, hey, we want to hold the police accountable, and also we aren't going to be corrupt as fuck, and it'll be great, and maybe we'll get some solar panels. I don't know. What do you guys want? Hot lunches for kids? We can do that. Like, it seems like easy. It seems like there's a lane there. Why hasn't anybody, like, is the Democratic Party in here like that powerful? I don't know.
Both of the parties are kind of garbage, and they've been garbage for like a good 100 years, and they're just like throwing the beach ball around. It kind of remember that Looney Tunes cartoon when it was like Wile E. Coyote and a shepherd dog, and like they would like punch into work and like be like super enemies and fight each other, and then they punch out of work and then they'd be friends again. That's what it feels like. That's the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. Especially up here in New York, like they're pretty much two sides of the same coin.
Yeah. And
they don't the only thing they give a shit about is like retaining power. I don't think they give a fuck about anybody's actual personal lives or anything.
Yeah, Warren sucks.
All they have to do.
Yeah, Warren sucks. I mean, honestly, the laws would have to be changed so that like more parties can run and more independents can run. Like, two-party system is just shit. Like, you can't have like nothing is black and white. Nothing is one or the other, like ever in life. Like,
so I think it's time we do it, boys. We're announcing the Innerloop political party.
Yeah.
All right. Yes.
We are gonna run for mayor. We haven't picked our candidate yet.
It's going to be a garbage plate, though. It's definitely going to be a garbage plate.
We might not actually have a physical person be our candidate. We might just be a amalgam of memes that will just
do a better job too.
Yeah, we're just when we take over, what we're gonna do is do all of our decisions by meme. So on the Rochester Facebook page, when we take it over, we're gonna just put up, a picture of Bernie Sanders and wearing his gloves, and it's like, do you guys want less taxes? And everybody like, yeah, okay. It can't be worse, right?
It could be better, honestly.
So speaking of people in charge, I think the next biggest story of the week is no-nos from Cuomo's. Sorry.
Oh boy.
So multiple scandals with Mr. Cuomo. We'll start with the first one, which I got to be honest with you, I still don't completely understand, but like the nursing home scandal. From somebody can step in here if they understand it better than me. From what I understand, he put out an order for recovering patients of COVID to go back to nursing homes. Like, he made them go back even without testing them. And then, so there is, people are saying that helped with the spread in nursing homes and all that jazz. And then the other scandal is now he's got a sexual harassment from a former aide who I think, amongst other things, accused him of kissing her and also mentioning wanting to play strip poker with her. And I don't know, Cuomo can, if all this stuff is true, he sucks and it's terrible. And but I just gotta say, like, I feel like strip poker is such an old man thing. Is that really? Have you guys played strip poker? I know this is like, we're four dudes. This is really nice.
You guys not play now?
Yeah, should we just? I mean, let's get these numbers up. We're trying to get this Patreon blown up, so it's not working. So yeah, maybe we should go OnlyFans. Let's do that.
Yeah,
idea.
But I don't know, like strip poker. It just seems like it's so fucking lame to me. Like, just like what?
I think he just wanted to show off his nipple rings.
Yeah, those are nice.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's been winning each hand, but he's still taking off his shirt. It's like, that's not how it works.
It's not how strip poker works.
We did it when we were like teenagers and stuff like that. But even then, I was like, this is just weird. Now I was like sitting in my, my friend's parents' house with just a boner. Like, this is just silly. What is the point? Like, okay, and then there's that awkward moment where everybody just has to put their clothes back on. Like, okay, now we go home. Okay, that's fun. I don't know.
Dude. Too much, Mike.
Yeah,
oh man, Mike just made his background.
When you play strip poker with Cuomo, it's like reverse. It's like, please, what can I get a good?
But we have not. So we have not gotten confirmation that those are pierced nipples. He could just have weird nipples.
I think he's got. Dude, he's Italian, dude. I think he's just got a really hairy chest and really hairy nipples.
Puffy. He's got
like if you've ever gone to like a beach and seen any dude. Any old Italian dude, they've got like straight up afros on their chests. Like it's amazing.
It does happen with age too. No, I'm not playing. I'm done with my strip poker days because the hair that is coming out of my nipples now is just outrageous.
I don't even. Yeah, I'm still. I think I'm under the radar so far. And now that I said something, I'm probably just gonna get just hairy as fuck for no reason.
My nipples are the warmest part of my body. They have a blanket.
That's great.
It's like a weighted blanket of hair.
Yeah.
My God.
I support a weighted blanket.
I mean, isolate that clip because I'm not gonna be able to run from air now. Yeah.
Don't feel bad, Shane. I got a hula hoop of nipple hair. It's like just around the circumference of it. I don't know. I don't know why. It's only there too. Like I don't have it anywhere else on my chest. I don't know. It's really weird.
Yeah, my nipple hair is now connecting with the chest hair and going down at the hairway to heaven down to the old crotchal region. My hair is like, it looks like an Affliction t-shirt. It's just like got a cross. I don't know if you guys have anything you want to talk about with Cuomo. The other thing I just wanted to mention was I saw in Albany somebody put up a bunch of billboards that just was a picture of Cuomo and it said impeach on it, and that was the whole billboard, and they tracked it down to who paid for it because the guy paid for by his name, and it's a gun shop owner, and it's like, dude,
of course,
come on,
they're still salty over the SAFE Act, man. Like, that's hilarious.
It's it always goes back to the gun thing. They're like, oh man, this Cuomo sexual harassment thing, I'm woke as fuck, and it's terrible.
Kill grandma, like,
yeah, but I mean, if we got more guns, I'm just saying, if we arm all the ladies, that's what we need to do.
I do have to say that this may be the one unifying thing with both Warren and Cuomo. Like, Black Lives Matter people, Blue Lives Matter people, all of them want them to resign.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only unifying thing that's coming out of this. Like, everybody wants both of them to resign, like, today.
That's the protest. All I got. That's the protest I want to go to, where it's all
God,
it's all kumbaya, everybody comes together. It's like a Kendall Jenner Pepsi commercial. It's gonna be amazing. Well, we are running out of time, but before we do, just a quick plug: our patreon.com/Innerloop. You get the podcast earlier. You support the blog. You keep us commercial free, because that way we don't have to be shilling for Danny Wegman. I want to thank John. We're going to be playing his song in the entirety for Hallowell. And John, where should people check out your band? You got a website or social media or something like that?
Yeah, so we're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We have a Bandcamp, just Hallowell, the band, Hallowell, HOLLOWELL. Just search. We got a couple singles out there, so more on the way.
Nice.
And be looking out for them when they hit up the Montage Music Hall. Last thing we want to do, it's kind of like a palate cleanser, is what we like to call it in the biz. And I don't know what business that is. We don't make any money. But we like to go around and ask everybody what is the most Rochester thing they did this week. Michael, we'll start with you.
I would say the most Rochester thing I did this week is I sent out a mass group text to my family and friends that the Red Wings are going to be back in April.
Is the Cologne family really big into the Red Wings?
Part of them is. Yeah, my dad we love going to baseball games. I was really excited when I heard about it. I was super bummed about last year. I want that Wednesday night $1.50 hot dog, just like everyone else.
You feel like a Dippin' Dots guy to me.
Dippin' Dots. Oh yeah, those are good. Dippin' Dots are good.
Same.
Trash can. Did you ever have those trash cans that they were?
No. Did they do a vegetarian one?
I haven't.
I didn't think so.
Yeah.
Chris, do you have a most Rochester thing you did this week? Probably protesting, right?
Yeah. Besides yelling like vociferously at cops all week, I did hang out in a historic German house parking lot for no good reason.
That's good.
That's I feel like that's pretty Rochester.
Are they doing the thing where it's like I'm seeing this at like local Targets here in Penfield, where it's like just older ladies will get in, they'll set up their camping chairs in the parking lot, and just chew the fat. You know,
what?
I'm assuming it's just like, you know, complaining about these liberal books in schools and everything like that. But I could be wrong.
No, I was just like, so they're doing like pop-ups out of a German house now while they're trying to figure out what to do with it.
Cool.
In Buddha Pub, RIP. So I did get a giant fish fry, but like, yeah, I was just like, oh man, this is surreal. I'm back in the German house. This is nice.
John, what is the most Rochester thing you did this week?
I mean, I think getting extremely irritated at an old person in Wegmans, that seems to be a pretty Rochester thing to do.
Yeah.
What was the oldie doing?
He was just trying to get bagels, but he got mad that they didn't have plastic bags for him. You know, so I'm like behind him. And he's complaining to the bakery person there's no plastic bags. But there's like a whole stack of paper ones right in front of him.
Oh my God.
And I'm standing there, I'm like, what the heck? And then the lady goes out of her way, grabs him a plastic bag. And then he goes, is it just me, or are these bagels smaller than usual?
Oh,
and then
God.
And I was out. I was
Did you fight him? You should have fought him.
I was about to jump this guy in Wegmans. In Penfield, too. So, you know.
What are you doing getting bagels at Wegmans? Balsam is right there. Like,
I was just like, man, what the heck? This guy's got nothing better to do on a Saturday morning, but clearly.
I mean, so I don't know. I mean, maybe we should crack this conspiracy and see if these bagels are getting smaller. I mean, this could be huge. You know, we could blow this thing wide open.
We're going to get a Pulitzer for this shit.
Yeah.
There's going to be a whole bunch of data about, you know, talking about Wegmans. Let's make our bagels smaller.
We'll see what comes out first. Our bagel research or John going to jail for punching an elderly man.
I have a bad feeling about which one's coming first. Sorry, guys.
Mine is Wegmans related as well. I'm embarrassed to say, but I spent over $200 in one Wegmans run. I don't even know how it happened. I wasn't even using a big cart. I was using the small cart, you know. I just really want him.
That's how they get you.
You know what I think it is? I bought these really small bagels, and I think that those really put me over the top. Yeah.
Some annoying kid behind you.
I don't even know what I bought. I mean, I really don't know. The only thing I bought that was out of the ordinary is I switched to dry shampoo. I don't know if you guys are you into this life with the dry shampoo?
No.
Oh yeah, Chris, I'm sorry. But it's just like I feel like in the winter I'm going way too hard with the shampoo, and I'm getting super greasy, and then the grease is coming down my face into my mask, and then I'm just like it's gonna be like 14-year-old Shane all over again. So I switched to the dry shampoo. The ladies are hiding it from us men, but I'm telling you guys, this is the life. You just spray that crap in there and you go to work. It's great. You don't shower. It's all right.
Wonderful.
That's it. Yeah. Well, thanks to everybody that come in on the Innerloop podcast. Michael, Chris, John, and thanks to everybody for following the Innerloop. Wanted to give a quick shout out to a couple of our newest Patreon subscribers.
Yeah.
Heroes, Jeremiah and Stephen or Stefan. I don't know. I didn't clarify. Once again, not a good host, but thank you. Innerloop or patreon.com/Innerloop to subscribe to the podcast. We got 2 different subscriptions on there. If you want the audio feed and you want it before everybody else, it's $5 a month. If you just want to support the blog, it's $3 a month. And thanks guys. And we're going to end the podcast with John's song, Hollowell. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
special existential crisis in a world gone mental. My dreams of the past become so sentimental. Reminds me existence purely accidental. Chance for change hands pass me by. Without a struggle I did not try. These demons I'd rather satisfy. A slave to anxiety till I die.
I don't care
about the mistakes I made in life.
I don't care
When I keep wasting time.
I don't care
I have the motivation, but
I don't care.
wicked insanity howls at the door, shaking my confidence to the core. I misperceive what I don't believe, and that I can't ignore. I wear disguise when I'm demonized. I fantasize and then I